Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, as you can see about the title, I'm going to be talking about periods. So if that's something that you're uncomfortable with or you don't want to see, you can go ahead and click off. But other than that, we'll just go ahead and get started. So this video is going to be a lot of TMI, so I'm just going to go ahead and give a warning about that. But other than that, yeah, we'll go ahead and start. So I am 22 years old and I got my first period when I was 9 years old. So I have been dealing with it for quite a while now. And when I first started my period, I only used pads because I had no clue how to use tampons and I was honestly scared of them. And then once I was about 13, I would say, I finally tried a tampon for the first time and was like, okay, wow, this wasn't as scary as I thought it was. And so I started using both of them, kind of interchangeably, but I do have a really heavy period. So even like the Super Plus tampons really don't work for me on like my first or second day just because I do bleed so much and it's just really inconvenient. Like I would literally have to change it out like once an hour and I just don't feel like doing that. Especially when I go to school and I have 3-hour long classes. It's not like I can just get up in the middle of class to go change my tampon. So anyways, all that being said, my first couple of days I do have to use pads, and then, towards the end of my period, I can use tampons, or, if I'm going swimming or something like that, I use tampons. But I recently, at the start of this year, wanted to live a more environmentally friendly lifestyle, I guess you could say, and I was realizing not only how expensive it was to buy that many pads and tampons constantly, but it was just so wasteful. Like, you're throwing away so many pads and tampons each month. And in the back of my mind, I was just thinking about the landfill and like how much it was getting filled up. And I had started watching influencers who were on like cloth pad journeys or using menstrual cups. And to be honest, the menstrual cups, I can't really get with that. It just kind of, I know, it grosses me out. I guess that's all I can say. So I haven't tried menstrual cups and I don't think I will. But I was curious about cloth pads or, reusable pads. So I started seeing influencers use them. I would watch their videos about them and I was like, okay, this kind of sounds interesting. But me being autistic, I'm not really one to go for change, and pads and tampons of what I've known for, several years. And so that's just kind of what I stuck with. But then recently, this past Christmas, my mom actually got me some cloth pads, which was funny because we hadn't even talked about the fact that I was looking into them. She just got them for me, which I thought was kind of like a sign, like, okay, maybe you should try them. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm finally going to bite the bullet and I'm going to try them. So I guess I'll just go ahead and start off by showing you the ones I have now that my mom got me. And she did get these from Amazon, but it was a gift, so I don't really have like a link. But there's 3 different sizes and I like fold mine up and button them up just because it's like easier to store if I need to take them somewhere or just to, keep them put away. But anyways, they do have buttons, and this is the smallest one, and it's kind of like a liner, I guess you would say. It's for the days, when your period's like ending or if you have spotting, stuff like that. But I do want to mention these. Okay, so there's 2 sides, obviously, and when I first got them, I was like, how do I know what side I'm supposed to use? Like, I don't know. And so anyways, yeah, it's not this really soft side. It feels like a fleece blanket almost. You want to bleed on the printed side, which you can like tell by the texture of them. And not even that, if you like run it under the sink and you put this side under the sink, it immediately absorbs water. And then if you try and put this side on the sink, it like repels water. So it's really easy to tell anyways. But yeah, you want to bleed on this side because like I said, it'll just repel blood, water, whatever you put on this side. And the reason why it's soft like this is so when you put them on your underwear and snap them on, it stays in place because of the material. So I do really like that because even though it has wings, it's not like sticky like a normal pad, obviously, but the cloth whatever material this is, really does keep it in place in your underwear. So yeah, this is the smallest one. And then I'll show you the medium one, I guess. And this is what it looks like. So it's a little bit bigger. Same thing, other side like that. And then the absolute biggest one is this one. So if you can see, it is longer and it kind of folds out at the butt area. So, you know, it'd go like that, and this would be like the back. So I'll hold them up so you can kind of see a size comparison. This one is a lot bigger and it does hold a lot more. And then obviously the really little one. So these are the 3 sizes that I have, but you know, they make a slew of different sizes and styles and patterns and, you know, all the works. So yeah, that is what they look like. I guess now we can go ahead and talk about actually using them, which I feel like is where a lot of people get scared. They're like, okay, this is kind of gross. So you put it on your underwear, you snap it on, it stays in place, amazing. Then you bleed on it, you know, like normal. But the thing I do like about these is they hold a lot more than just your typical disposable pad. So especially the really big one, I can literally go, and like I said, I do have a heavy flow. I can literally go maybe 12 hours, like a whole night in this, and be perfectly fine. It'll absorb all of it. You're good to go. This one I can maybe go like 6 to 8 hours. And then, you know, the little one obviously is not meant for all of that, obviously. But yeah, they do hold a lot more than your typical pad. So that is really convenient if you have like a long work day, a long day at school. You are not having to wash them out in public, which was huge for me because I was like, how are you using a cloth pad? And then you're supposed to, you know, rinse it out once you're done with it, once you change it. And I'm like, I'm not going to a public bathroom and I'm not going to just walk out in the sink and start rinsing my bloody pad in the sink. Like, I'm just not going to do that, especially at school, like where there's tons of girls walking in. I don't know. Some people may be comfortable with doing that, but I'm not doing that. So I really like the fact that these can last me the whole day until I'm able to get home and do it at my house. So yeah, I've never really had a situation where I needed to change it in public anyways, because, you know, like I said, I can make it in home in time. So that's a plus. But yeah, so you're gonna wash it out afterwards and wash it in cold water because it helps with like the staining. And so yeah, you're gonna wash it out, and then some people put them in a wet bag. And then they just wash them with their regular clothes. I actually hang mine to dry in my shower after I've rinsed them out. And then once it's dry, I just throw it in my regular dirty clothes. And then I just wash everything like normal in the washer and dryer, and you're good to go. And I know some people may think that's gross, but I've already pre-washed basically in the sink. So I'm not washing any blood with all of my clothes. Like, it is cleaner than you think. You're basically just doing like a second rinse in the washer and dryer to really make sure you're good to go. So yeah, I tried it the first month and really enjoyed it. And I honestly have not used a pad or tampon since because I loved it so much. So if that says anything, it really is easy and it's worth it in my opinion. It's not a lot of money to initially start up and get the amount of pads and tampons you need, because, you know, it is kind of inconvenient to have to like constantly do a ton of loads if you don't have enough pads. But my mom thankfully got me enough to last me my entire period, so I'm not having to like do loads while I'm on the same period. You know, I can just save them all until the end of my period and then wash them all at the same time. So that's really convenient. So yeah. So I feel like I basically covered everything that I can really think about regarding cloth pads, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions. But that's pretty much all I can really think of to say about cloth pads, other than I love them and I'm going to continue to use them, and I'm going to tell everybody about them because I really do think they're great, and more people should know about them and, you know, at least try them out, see what they think. So, I guess I'll just show, I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory, but I guess I could just kind of show how I wrap mine up to store them. I literally just fold one side in, and then you just pull, and then it just snaps. So yeah, that's how I store mine. I just feel like it makes it super easy and small and convenient. So yeah, and like I said, they come in so many different colors. I even have a solid black one, which is kind of cool because you don't even really like see the blood. But yeah, super easy, super affordable, and I think everybody should try it. So yeah, I hope you guys liked today's video, and if you did, give me a like, and other than that, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.